Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Radash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who are well and tell the truth. This is your brother Ayawab, back at you again with another lesson out through the spring probably of Hashem, Yahshai, Lord willing, and edifying. I didn't even make a title. Oh yeah, I did. It was what was it? Demonization Is Coming. Yeah. So it didn't pop up. So yeah. So demonization is coming, man. You know, this comes from a dream that I had last night. You know, I don't really remember much of it, but I do remember that I was being framed for something I didn't do. I was being framed for something I didn't do, and I was sentenced to death. So, they said I did such and such, and then, I was going to be put to death at a certain date. So they're going to, frame us, and ultimately there's going to be men who are going to be put to death, who are martyrs for Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And just because you die for Yahweh Shem Yahshai doesn't mean that it's something, unworthy, because it's precious in the sight of the Lord that the death of the saints. So let's get that. I believe it's Psalm 68. Let's look it up real quick. The Saints, 116. So this is Psalm 116 and verse 5. Precious in the sight of the Lord Yahweh is the death of his saints. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a precious thing to die for the Lord Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, that's what real quick, get my apocrypha. Real quick. That's what Ezra saw as well on the mount, or not on the mount, but when he was received a vision from the Heavenly Father and seeing Yahweh Shai crowning, the elect. So real quick, Second Ezra 2 and verse 42. I Ezra saw upon the Mount Sion. So he saw a scene upon Mount Sion. A great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. In the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. So as we go throughout our walk, we got to confess the names of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and knowing that confessing the Lord is going to come with persecution from the world. It's going to come with trials, tribulations. It's going to come with adversity, and it may even come with death. You may be faced with death, but what did Yahweh Shai say? That you got to forsake your own life. You got to hate your own life and follow Him. And that's what we got to do. And we'll get that right after this. So even in the face of death, you got to trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai that He is going to save you and ultimately grant you salvation, even in the face of, death. So it says, verse 46, Then said I unto the angels, What young person is it that crowned them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So even when demonization, arises, even if they say, you did something, you didn't do it, you got to stand stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and trust that the Lord is leading us, down that path that leadeth unto everlasting life, that leadeth unto salvation. No matter what they may say, no matter if they label us as, T viruses, T-risk, if they label us as, something that we aren't, because what does it say in Matthew 24? Real quick. Matthew, because you already see right now that the small hats are, hate speech, anti-sim. What else? You can't say this, that, and the third about them. So And then you got AI, which AI can take this video, clone my image, and then have me saying something completely different than what I'm saying right now. So they can, and you can look up AI videos where it looks like the dude is actually saying something, but it's not actually him saying it. It's AI generated. So it's only a matter of time before Esau cracks down, man, real quick. Because what does it say in Revelation 12:12? Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time. So they're going to come down with great wrath, man. They're going to come down with great wrath. Schemes. The sword. And they're going to come down, and, they're going to label us as whatever they want to label us as, and that's going to be their mode to come after us, come after the men of the Lord. So this is Matthew 24 and verse 9. Matthew 24 and verse 9. And then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. We don't do nothing. We go out on the highways and byways. We preach the word. We're reading out of the Bible. So so what are they going to do to make them want to kill us, make them want to come after us, make them want to put us in prison and concentration camps to behead us, man? Ultimately, if you don't take that charagma, that Revelation 13:16 through 18, you will be ostracized from society and even beheaded. So it says again, verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. We just read the Bible, but even so, they're going to deliver us up to be afflicted. Yahweh didn't do anything. He was preaching the gospel. He was preaching love. He was preaching, for the prisoners to be unbound. Redeeming the Israelites, redeeming us from the wicked rule and the agenda that these other nations, especially Esau, has. Yet they put him up on a cross, and they would rather have Barabbas rather than Yahweh. He was preaching peace. He was preaching salvation. He was preaching the kingdom of Israel. But yet they still put him up on the cross. Yet and still they killed him. For what? And how much better are we? Yahweh went through it, so they demonized Yahweh. So how much more so us? We're nothing but worms. We're mere mortals. Real quick, John 15. Got to keep going. Got to keep fighting, man. No matter what's set in front of us. This is only the beginning. We ain't even at the hard part yet. John 15:20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. What happened to Yahweh? He was persecuted. He was put up on a cross. He died for this truth. He died for the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So how much more so us? We're following after the footsteps of our big brother Yahweh. And we're not greater than Yahweh. So we got to go through this real quick as well. Acts 15. Is it 15 to 22? 14 to 22. Acts 14 to 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So we're going to go through tribulation. We're going to be demonized. We're going to be, ostracized. We're going to be looked at as the bad guys. We're going to be looked at as the least valuable. We already looked at as that now, but it's only going to get worse as the end draws near. Matthew 24 in verse 10. And then shall, that was really the point. Verse 9 was the point. So again, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And this is for Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. What is saying, 2nd Ezra 2. And let's get it again. Just that the end part. 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And that's what we're doing. We're standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, man. 2 Timothy 3. Just like it, bear with me. Second Timothy 3, verse 12. It says, yeah, and all that will live godly in the Mashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. So we're going to suffer persecution if we're trying to live like Yahushai, if we're trying to follow after, the footsteps of our big brother Yahushai, if we're trying to be saved, if we're trying to live, a peaceable life, while we're here, and walk in the ways of the Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, then we're going to receive persecution. We're going to receive trials, adversity, and even be faced with death at the end. We don't want to be like the ones who could have, the woulda, coulda, shoulda Israelites, man. We want to live we want to live godly and Hamashiach Yahushai, so that we can be saved from the coming destruction. I'd rather die by the hands of Esau than die by the hands of the Most High. What is that? Matthew 10, I believe. Matthew 10 and verse. We'll start at verse 21. Matthew 10 and 21. It says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. And the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So we're gonna be hated of all nations. Your brother, your family members may, snitch on you. They may say, hey, I know where he is. I know who he is. I know his address. I know his number. It says, verse 23, but when they shall persecute, I'll jump down. Matthew 10 and verse 26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So we don't need to fear them, even though we're going to be demonized, even though they're going to come after us. We ain't gotta, fear them, because the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is going to reveal everything. He's going to make sure everything that is his is going to be uncovered. Verse 27, what I tell you in the darkness, that speak ye in the light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, the point. Again, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. That's who we're fearing. That's who we're, reverencing. That's who we're worshiping. The one who can kill both soul and body in hell. Because Esau, Edom, they can only kill the body. They can't kill the soul. So, this is who we're fearing. This is who we're following and standing stiffly for. We're not standing stiffly for, Esau, Edom. Matthew 7 and verse 13, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. That word straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, goes into a degree of difficulty, a path of difficulties. So it's going to be a difficult road, a difficult path ahead. But that way leads into life. That way leads into salvation, redemption. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Also Matthew 24:13. So we got to endure no matter what is set in front of us, man. Even if death is faced in front of us. I said I was going to get that, so let's get that real quick. So I can bear with me. Let's get it in the hard copy. This is Luke 14. Luke 14 verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife, and that word hate going into love less. So again, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yet and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So you gotta hate your own life for this truth, for Yahweh Hashem Yashai. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So if you want to be the disciple of the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yashai, you gotta forsake everything and follow after the true power, the true Savior, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, and receive salvation. This is what's going to get us in the kingdom of heaven. This is what is going to get us eternal life, salvation, everlasting life, everlasting rest. This is where we're going to get it, by following after Yahweh Hashem Yashai, no matter what, and enduring it to the end. So demonization is coming, and I had a dream again that I was framed for something I didn't do, and I was sentenced to death. So and even because real quick. Let's see. Acts 12. We'll finish it off right here. So even in, certain situations where, you're demonized and, you're thrown into prison, you can be saved out of that by Yahweh Hashem Yashai. So Acts 12 in verse, let's see. Acts 12 and verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, it's talking about Peter, the Apostle Peter. I'll start at verse 3. Acts 12 and 3. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also, because it says in the previous verse that they killed James, the brother of John, with the sword, going to King Herod. So then they took Peter. Verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quarters of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter, which is referring to Passover, to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, because he was about to kill Peter, the Apostle Peter, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Rise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And saith unto him, Cast thy garments about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second ward, they came upon the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord has sent his angel and hath delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from the expectation of the people, the Jews. So they was going to put the Apostle Peter to death. They had just put James to death, and they was about to do the same to Peter. But the Lord Yahweh Shemi Asai rescued Peter out of that predicament, out of that situation. And then, that may happen to, one of the other men of the Lord, man, one of the other elect. There may be a certain time when the Esau throws a man of the Lord in prison, and the Lord saves him out of it. So that was really it, man. Continuing to endure and trust in the Lord Yahweh Shemi Asai no matter what, even in the face of death. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, to the fold, and before into the athletic of all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.